Papa Squat, coming at ya. Hey everybody. This video is going to be different than the music reaction stuff that you normally listen to. I've done this twice before, and it's kind of a peek behind the scenes at the screens that I see as a YouTube creator, content creator, whatever the hell you want to say. Um, because I've shared this stuff previously. I've done this before, so if you haven't seen those, you're welcome to go back and look. But I'm probably going to go over the same sorts of things here. So there you go. The first time I did it was just because I hadn't really seen anyone show this stuff off. The second time I did it was just after I had done my first BTS videos, or first BTS video, and I had a huge spike in viewership. And I'm doing it this time because we just hit 5,000 followers, and so let's just kind of go through some of this stuff. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments below, and I'll maybe address them if I can, if it's easy to do. As you can see, so this is the main YouTube studio, which is different than actual YouTube, right? This is not the YouTube interface. Any search that I put in here just specifically searches my channel. So if I wanted to search for the song Buffalo Girls, or Buffalo Gals, sorry, from Malcolm McLaren, which was a fantastic video and song. I mean, just historically, it is a super interesting guy, and really go watch that video. So, but it's not searching all of YouTube, it's just searching my channel, so I can find stuff if I need to. It tells me it was published October 25th of 2020. I think it was also like the fourth or fifth video I ever did. This shows me the latest thing that I've uploaded. In this case, it's Song Cry by August Alsina. And unfortunately, you're not going to get to see that because it has a copyright claim against it. But because I do reactions, it's considered fair use. Somebody just has to look at it and then they'll say, yep, this can be viewed. It just takes a few days. So you'll see that later this week sometime. You can see here on the far left side, I can use this hand as easier. This is all the different categories, so dashboard, content, which is where all my videos are listed, playlists, analytics, comments, subtitles, copyright, monetization, more below that my screen isn't big enough for, settings, I can send feedback to Facebook. This column shows sort of the latest video and the performance of the videos, and I can jump to analytics if I want to, but I prefer to navigate mostly in this column over here. The middle column has important news and information, so you can see at the top here, this says important notification, video received a copyright claim. And that is for Song Cry, and it says, hey, you have a claim against this, and I've already sent in basically a request to have it cleared so people can watch it. And then down here, it shows me we somehow have gotten to 5,093 followers, which is crazy to me. My hometown had a total of 10,000 people in it. So this is half the population of my town has subscribed to this channel, and really probably a good 10 times or more regularly come to the channel, but they just aren't subscribed. I don't know if those are repeat people or if they're just individuals who stop by and never come back again. I have no idea. The really crazy thing is, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this video right now, is you can see I have 5,093 followers. Below that, it tells me in the last 28 days I've added 3,203 followers. Now, I know in the grand scheme of things that is not a lot, especially when you have people with millions of followers out there. But people with millions of followers either, one, were already famous before they got on here, or two, spent a long, long time getting to that point that they have millions of followers and they produce content that was meaningful to people and useful to people and interesting to people. And so I don't take it lightly that I've gained 3,203 followers in 28 days, and I find it amazing that anybody cares, that anybody finds what I have to say interesting. I mean, it's just what I say on this channel is just the stuff I talk about with my friends, and whatever. And I have some fantastic friends. I love my friends, and I've known most of them for 30 years, and it's great that anybody gets any value out of what I have to say here because I started this because I was bored and lonely and I wanted to do something. And I thought, oh, I'll just do some reaction videos. I'd seen all these people doing reaction videos who were like, 20-year-olds who were listening to Queen and whoever else, Led Zeppelin, that sort of thing. And of course, the music is fantastic. And I think I've mentioned this in the last few weeks in another video, but it was just great to see them reacting to music that's not part of their growing up experience. It's not part of what was part of their lives as they were born and raised through whatever the 90s and 2000s and 2010s or whatever time period it was. And so I said, it would be kind of fun to have me go back, and I've always been a music fan. I've always loved music. I worked on a high school radio station, WBSD, which stands for Burlington School District, Burlington, Wisconsin. Still exists. In fact, they've had some upgrades over the years, and they do neat stuff. At the time, I don't know exactly what they're doing now, but at the time it was very much the progressive alternative station. So we listened to tons of music that was specifically popular on like college radio stations. And at the time, it was bands like U2 and REM before they were U2 and REM, and they were successful, but they weren't filling stadiums at that point. They were filling clubs and working their way up. But anyway, so I've always loved music. I've always done things with it. People say I have a good voice. Good, because I don't have a good face for TV. And I just love to do it. I love to find new music. I like to learn new things. Anytime something new is introduced to me, if I don't know anything about it, the first thing I do is go to Facebook, is go to Google and search to find out more information. For some reason, last week, I got a wild hair to check out horse hoof shoeing videos because something randomly showed up that showed a horse that its hooves had grown into like these weird extended things and I was like, wait a minute, why do horses' hooves do that when they don't do that in the wild? I mean, they must do that in the wild, but okay, the reason why their hooves don't grow like that is because they run 20-ish miles a day and they wear down their hooves. Horses in captivity don't do that. See, and this is what my brain does. If something new comes up, I just want to find out something more about it. And so doing these music videos lets me learn about new musicians, learn about new styles of music, learn about new trends in music, like everything that you probably like about music, right? And maybe there's certain parts of it that you like more than others. And I just like to find out new stuff and find new things that I enjoy. And that's especially true in the last couple of years because my life kind of fell apart and I wanted to find some things that I really liked and I wanted to keep doing and I wanted to spend my time doing as opposed to drinking every day or being sad every day. And I still get sad because I'm still upset about my wife leaving and my last relationship failing because I was drinking, and it's not fun as you get older and all the shit in your life piles up and piles up and piles up. So why I didn't want to spend all my time thinking about that and concentrating on that. And it's not like those things have changed, but they weren't gonna change. So I may as well enjoy the time I have by doing things like this. And that's what I want to do. And the fact that anybody finds it interesting, and especially that now 5,093 of you find it interesting, I love it. Thank you for following. That's really all I have to say about that. Um, Other things about this here page. So this is the channel dashboard. I rarely look at this other than to look at how many followers I have, and I've only really looked at that a lot lately because there've been like I've gained 500 followers in a day recently, which is ridiculous for me. Like that's ridiculous. Um, let's see. So for content, I currently have this top track here is uploading. It is Goat Talk by Goonie. That should be finished pretty soon. It looks like it's actually already uploaded, which is what this little thing in the corner here is telling me. Um, and normally when I upload something, it looks like this. And, oh, so this is actually ready. It has this little check mark. Tells me it has a copyright claim against it. And most likely it's going to say it's blocked or it's blocked from being monetized. Hopefully it's not blocked in all territories. Okay, yep. So if there were a red little crossed out I right here, it would say you can't show this video until you dispute the copyright claim, which I do right here. Or you could trim it out and get rid of it, but I don't want to do that. So this is still viewable, no problem. I don't have to do anything with this, so I instead will go back here and pick out some image. It's not loading correctly just yet. It must still be thinking a little bit. Yeah, it is. So we'll check back on that and see what happens. Yep, doesn't like that. But then if I close it with this little X button here, it doesn't get rid of it. It just converts it back to this where it's still just a blank picture. Yep, Song Cry was the song I did just previous to this, then Poker Face and Doin' Me, which are the two videos that I did first today. Those are already live. If you look at these columns, what this shows is the video, the name and information about it, the title that I use for it, visibility. So this first one is in draft right now. The next one is blocked. And then the others are public. And then this one down here is the Blade album Exeter, which is also blocked until the copyright claims are cleared out against it. But because I do a reaction video channel, it will be cleared. It just takes a few days. Restrictions, those don't really matter to me because I have not monetized this channel through YouTube's monetization process. Any ads that run during my content, I don't get anything from that. I get nothing from this channel. I get $0, zero support, zero anything, except if people send me something via PayPal or Cash App, somebody asked about today. And so far I've made about $40. I've been doing this channel since October 23rd of 2020. Started out doing it just listening to really old hip-hop because I was super curious about that, because I just wasn't exposed to a lot of it. There was some of it, and certainly the most popular stuff I've learned and heard over the years, Beastie Boys, Run DMC, a lot of that stuff I've heard over the years. But not anywhere near all of it. There just was not an outlet for it when I was growing up. There wasn't the internet, at least not in the form it is today. Radio stations had certain formats, and they certainly weren't playing hip-hop music in rural Wisconsin, let me tell you. Although I wasn't far from Chicago and Milwaukee, so probably pretty soon after it was getting popular, I could have listened to that stuff, but it wasn't part of my growing up. Nobody around me was really familiar with it or interested in it, so it just didn't come into my consciousness. It just was not there for me. It's like if you live in whatever, if you live in New York City and you never hear country music, right? It just is not a thing that you're gonna listen to. Oh, it sounds wonderful actually to not hear country music. I just can't stand modern country music. Sorry if anybody likes it. It just is modern stuff. Don't like it. Old stuff. Love it. Um, then the date everything was published. And it just lists it. How many views each of the videos has, how many comments the videos have, and then likes versus dislikes. And what's interesting is it doesn't show me the number of dislikes, but it does show me the number of likes, and it shows me the percentage of likes versus dislikes. So, for some reason, oh, this is kind of a bummer. This Doing Me from Rackstar, which was the first video I did today, has 5 likes, but those 5 likes only get me an 83.3% approval rating. And that's kind of lame. That sucks. Because I thought that song was really good, and it's by a 15-year-old guy, and I think he deserves all the encouragement he can get because it was a cool song. Anyway, so this shows you sort of the number of views and the number of comments. There's a couple other songs you can see that are blocked. Another Juice WRLD is in here. What was this one? Yeah, that's Exeter still. And the crazy thing is the number of views the videos get, and we'll dig into that a little bit more in a minute here. I also have my playlists, and you can see I have culture and commentary, which is, maybe that's going to go away, I'm not sure. Music production, those are actually kind of interesting. There's only 2 videos in there, but I kind of talk about where I figured out what music production was, and I pull up some examples of songs that I think are overly produced, like way too much production work on them, and it's interesting. And then the other video that's in here is the one about counting time and how changing the count of a song really changes the feel and the flavor of the song. It's pretty incredible. My favorites list that has 97 tracks on it. My influences, which is a new thing that I just did this week because people were asking me about what sort of music do you like. And then the other one is requested reactions, and these are all the songs that have been sent to me by people who made the music and wanted me to react to it. And I want there to be a list for people to be able to go and check out these new creators and hopefully give them some good feedback, because they're putting themselves out there, and all creators want feedback. They especially want positive, constructive feedback, or negative constructive feedback, as long as it's constructive. They don't just crap on somebody's stuff and not offer anything, like, I don't like this. That is pointless. That is absolutely pointless. You're just saying words to make yourself feel special if you say, I don't like this. It does nothing. It adds nothing to the conversation. And in fact, what it does is damage the person who's put their work and effort into something. It is not damaging to say, I like this, because what you're then telling the person is, this is the sound of something that I like, and it is already a specific thing. If you just say, this is not something I like, or I dislike this, what you're saying is, all these other choices you could have made would have been better than what you did, and they don't know what other choices would have been significant if they had done that. Would you like it more? No. So offer something constructive, like give some actual feedback if you're going to leave a comment at all on any of those videos, because I'm sure the people who created the songs would love to hear something, and even if they disagree with it, it's at least a piece of information that they can think about and wonder, like, could I do something with this? What if I did this? Maybe it'll come up on another track that they do in the future. It really does matter. It really, really does matter to leave constructive criticism. That's also why I don't just flat out say typically, like, I don't like this, because it's pointless. It's a silly thing to say. It's just letting people know what you think without it having any relevance at all, other than you think that. It's silly. The one thing I wish this would show me is how many views these lists get, and it doesn't show me that. Analytics. This is the super interesting part of this page, and in fact, I probably don't even need to go much further than this. So let's skip this for a moment. So here are comments. I'll come back to analytics. So these are the comments. It shows me over on this side right here, this whole column. It shows me which video had the most recent comment, then what that comment is over here, who left the comment, and this is where I go in and hit thumbs up on things, mostly to let the person know, hey, I saw this, and also because if there's not a song suggestion in it, I give a thumbs up, and then I'll go back through later on, collect all of the suggested songs from people, and then give it a thumbs up so that I know it's been taken care of already. So if you look at my page ever and you see all sorts of thumbs up on some of them and no thumbs up on other ones, that's the reason why. It works for me. I'm not the most organized person in the world, but it's a process that I can do. Oh, hey, here we have an answer to my Walk Hard. Walk Hard is a brand of codeine / lean. Lucky raps a lot about lean and Percocet. Oh, okay, those are his medicine. Okay, got it. All right. Okay, that's cool. I mean, not that he's doing a bunch of lean, but that this person, Ray, has explained to me what it means, because I have no idea what that means. I also love being told that I am someone of an older generation. Oh, God. It feels so weird. But I suppose that's what happens when you're 52, almost 53 years old. You are, in fact, older and of an older generation. But yeah, this shows me all the comments that people leave, and I can go in here and see what people are saying, write responses to them, give thumbs up, thumbs down, delete things. I don't delete much, but if somebody's just being a whiny little prick, yeah, I will delete your comment because nobody needs that. I don't need it. I don't want it here. And guess what? It's also not censorship because it's my channel. I get to do what I want. I'm not the government. And yeah, I want this to be a place people can come and be positive about music, right? That's why I started this channel, is I want to be positive about music. I want to find stuff that's cool and exciting and new and different, and you guys are like the greatest resource ever for that, because it's like being friends with the internet and being friends with the coolest people in the world who are all going to share the coolest music with me. Who wouldn't want that, right? Like, if you're a music fan, wouldn't you want to have everybody in the world sending you the best music you've never heard before? Whoo, I love it. So these are all comments that I haven't responded to. I can check comments that I have responded to, and sometimes people respond back, which is why I go check. Not a big deal. Very infrequently, something is held for review. Okay, this one actually was held. It says likely spam, but it's not spam, so I'm going to hit OK, publish it, and then that's all taken care of. Oh, hey, let's go back into Goat Talk. So we have this, and here we go. Oh, that's right, we already looked at that. I just need to set up which picture to use. So it only gives me 3 pictures, and I don't do anything funky. I don't try and search out something new and different. I don't make placard cards yet, mostly because I don't spend much time on this. I try not to spend more than an hour now a day on this. Today's going to be a little bit different because I did my reaction videos and now I'm also doing this. But yeah, I don't spend a lot of time on this because I can't. I have a full-time job and I have other things that I do with my time, and I need to be able to do this quickly. So that doesn't mean I rush it, because it is something I enjoy and I really like doing it. And it's so much more fun knowing that there's people out there who are also enjoying it with me. So again, thank you. And I hope you found some good new music on here because I certainly have. So it looks like this is ready to go. Go Talk by Goonie, first time hearing reaction. Everything else is up. Hello, kitten. Everything else is up here. So I'm just going to hit public, and this will be public right now at 8:12, 8:13 in the evening. I will need to. Oh, I better post this right now. Song Cry, that's got to go away because that did not get done. And then I need to copy over the link for Goat Talk. And I should say something about this. I don't know what to say. Great stuff from another Slay World artist. And I've mentioned Slay World before on my Facebook. This is my Facebook page. And I just share it under my own name. I don't even have like a fake Papa Squat name. Also on Twitter under my own name, which is at JONLEITH, which probably some of you might know from when my video was, oh, I don't know who Goonie is under, so instead I'll just do a Slay World hashtag. But I don't have a Papa Squad social media account anywhere other than on YouTube, because I just started it at random on my own, and I haven't done anything with it. So if you ever wanted to follow somebody who's at the beginning of maybe becoming a full-time content creator, which seems like a really weird thing to say, maybe that's me. Like, maybe I will eventually get enough followers that I could do this full-time and make t-shirts or stickers or whatever the hell people might want to buy, or I don't know. I kind of set a soft deadline to set up a Patreon of getting to these 5,000 followers, and I don't know, so I might do that. I don't know. I feel like I should, just because it's taking up more and more time, and it would be nice to get something out of it because I could get a second job to make myself some money. But man, I just love doing this. It's so much fun. So who knows? You might see a Patreon thing from me coming up. Otherwise, if you want to send me anything, go to PayPal or ask me about Cash App. My phone number and everything, not phone number, my email address is in the About section of the page. I'm in the wrong page here. But yes, if you want to find anything, you can do that there. Oh, I do have an account in Google, and in fact, I haven't looked at this in a while. Oh, it looks like somebody just sent me a song request earlier today. Oh, good, I haven't missed anything. Somebody sent me one months ago, and I didn't even know it was in there because I hadn't looked. So anyway, now let's look at the most interesting part, which is the analytics. So up in the corner here, right there, you can't really see it, it's pretty small. It says this is the last 28 days, and you can adjust that from lifetime, a full year's 90 days, 28 days, 7 days, 2022, 2021. You can go by month, you can customize it. I don't think I've ever done a custom anything on it. I like to look at the lifetime. So this tells me, I need to get out a calculator. This tells me in the lifetime of my channel, my videos have received 347,634 views. And really, that's not a lot, but that's a pretty good number, honestly. And watch time, this is just crazy, 29,500 hours of watch time. So let's divide that by 24, and that will give us the number of days. So that is 1,000, 229 days. Let's see, divided by 365, I'll say. So, just my videos, just the videos that I have put on here have been watched total for 3 years, and 3/6 would be just over a third. So like 3 years and 4 months worth of time, people, a bunch of people, have spent watching only the videos I create. That's insane. That's crazy. 3.5 or 3.25 years. No, 3.33 years. That's nuts. That's crazy, isn't it? I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy. So one of the things that's interesting down here is if you look, if you can see my cursor here. Let me blow this up 1 second. I need to come to this screen to do that. I'm gonna disappear. Woo! If you look right here at this is my channel from the beginning. 1 view. 23, 19, 11, 17, 22, blah, 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 blah. Really not much. Okay, now we're getting up into the hundreds. This was back in 2021, that it was in the hundreds. Then I think I had 1 or 2 songs from SPM that got a lot. In fact, I think this is SPM from March 10th. No, that's this year. SPM was for sure last year and got a ton of views, and then did some BTS. That's what this big spike is here. And BTS, if anybody has a problem with BTS, I am certainly not one of those people, because I think the fact that they have so many fans, when I did a reaction to them, it brought them to the channel. Some amount of them followed, which I'm also highly thankful for, because they've sent me some fantastic music. But that also meant I was a more popular channel, I was getting more attention, and so I was then showing up as more recommended feeds, and would randomly show up for people. I don't know exactly how YouTube works for that. I have zero control over where my videos show up on YouTube. They just show up. And then you can see, since this huge spike, 10,337 views of a single video, things have really gone up since then. And then here's one that a video received 16,861 views. Just a huge increase within the last month. And that is so cool. Let's reduce this back to, how about 28 days? And this tells us in that time I've had 150,000 viewers, or views rather, which is 136.2 more than usual. And watch time in the last 28 days was 14,000 hours, which is also pretty significant. And subscribers in the last 28 days is up 3,200, which is crazy. It's crazy. Let's see here. Oh, I can close this. This shows me the top content for this time period, just a little bit further down on the page. Down on the page. My voice is cracking a little, apparently. And obviously, BTS is always going to be at the very top. Although I was super impressed by RX Poppy's 12 Stout Street, but RX Poppy also shared this, or his media team shared this on, I think, on Twitter and on TikTok, and so it has also 7,362 views, which is pretty good. BTS, 14,000 views, 13,000 views, 12,000 views. Then RX Poppy with 7,000 views, Dear Mom by Summers at 4,600 views, Stop Breathing from Playboi Carti at 3,200 views, and it also gives me the average viewing duration. So this MMA 2019 Live by BTS is a pretty long video, gotta be about 40 minutes long, if not longer. and the average watch time on that is only 12 minutes and 32 seconds, which is about 25% of the total runtime. I don't know at what point YouTube says somebody viewing it counts as an actual view, because I think if you just click into something and click out, it doesn't count as you watching it. You have to watch some percentage of it, like, I don't know, 10% or something. I have no idea. I think I used to know because I worked in social media for a while, but I left my brain. But so this is kind of fun. And this is just the top stuff in the last 28 days. Again, I can change this and go to lifetime, and it'll show us the very top is first time hearing reaction to This Is BTS by X Celeste, which was sort of an overview about the group. And that has almost 16,000 views on its own. And that's amazing. And then it runs down everything else: BTS, 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 and then one of the members of BTS, and then RX Poppy at number 8. So all of the top 7 are BTS, and then 9 and 10 are also BTS. So RX Poppy is in some really good company there, because BTS is huge, just huge, like ridiculously huge, in terms of popularity. I mean, I will undisappear now. Woo, 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 woo. I am back. Hello. I'm sure you missed me. This can talk. So this is the overview, is what we were just looking at. Then we can look at content itself, and what's the significance of this? Average viewing duration of all videos combined, just averaged out, is 5 minutes 38 seconds. Click-through rate. Wow. So an impression click-through rate means my videos show up, and the chance that somebody clicks on it to come view it is 3.3%, which honestly is pretty good for a completely unknown channel by some random schlub on the internet. And like, some companies would love to have that kind of click-through rate. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I do remember click-through rates are really super low. 3.7 million impressions. Now that's incredible, and all that means is my video showed up on a screen when somebody was paging through YouTube, and it happened to be on their screen. Maybe they noticed it, maybe they didn't. It was there. That's what an impression is. It was just on a page. So when you just go through things, they record all of that information, even if you don't engage with whatever content is right in front of you. Let's see here. Anything else down here? You can click on individual songs, which is what this is showing us. So key moments for audience retention. And in theory, this is supposed to allow us content creators to look at this and go, oh, I should do something more like that because people were engaged when I did that. I will never do that. Like, I'm not going to use it for that because I'm just going to react the way I react, and there you go. But it is still kind of interesting to see. This tells me what above typical intros. I don't know what that means. And then still watching at 30 seconds, 61% of viewers are still watching Therapy Session by RX Poppy after 30 seconds. 58% are watching MMA 2019 Live by BTS after 30 seconds. 50% are watching Connected by Lil Travieso and featuring Swifty Blue. 48% are still watching Bone Thugs and Harmony Strictly for My Grind after the first 30 seconds. So kind of interesting. And then there's also below typical. This shows me different points in the video that people drop off. So you can see people drop off really quickly in the beginning, stick around a little bit, drop off a lot, drop off a lot, drop off, drop. So it's pretty uncommon, really, for somebody to watch a video all the way through. And yet I know I get plenty of people who do watch the videos all the way through, and that's great. Thank you for doing that. Again, I don't make any money on it, so the fact that you stick around means either you're busy and it's on in the background, or you're actually enjoying it and paying attention, and that's even better. Love it. Let's see, is there anything else I can show you in here? The audience, returning viewers now this is the last 28 days again, so returning viewers are 8.8 thousand. That's pretty good. I'm not sure exactly how to interpret that. What was that? Previous 2 days processing. Oh, okay, so the last 2 days it isn't counting. Unique viewers, okay, so returning viewers is almost 9,000 returning viewers. Unique viewers, 57.8 thousand. So almost 58,000 random people have come to the site. 8.8% of them are returning people. And so you can see it's not even 10 times. It's 5, 6 times. No, 6 times 8 is 48. 7, 8. Oh, 8, 56. About 8 times. Yeah, about 8 times as many people randomly view my site and aren't subscribers and aren't returning visitors. And that's kind of cool. And the rest of them are random. Number of subscribers. What are the 2 lines here? Oh, the purple line here is returning viewers and what they have looked at, and the blue line is new viewers and how much time they have spent on the site looking at things. Wow, my voice is really cracking. It's kind of funny. Another thing that's actually kind of cool on here. Okay, go away. Why? Well, go away. Thank you. Is other channels that my audience watches in the last 28 days. So John Reeves Live, who has 10.7 thousand subscribers. Get Sideways Reacts. That's a new one to me. 50,000 subscribers. That's pretty good. GOT Games, 112 subscribers. Anthony Ray, 140,000 subscribers, and Jose Ochoa TV has 622,000 subscribers. And there's more pages of this if I wanted to go look at them, but I almost never look at that. I probably should, to go see what other people are doing for reactions, because I'm just doing what I do. I certainly don't spend a lot of time researching what other people are doing. This tells me when people are most actively watching. Like I said, there's a lot of information in here that I pretty much don't use. Maybe if I was way more serious about it, I would. 49% of the viewers in the last 28 days have come from the US. Subtitles, either no subtitles, yeah, pretty much 90% don't use subtitles. Some English, some Spanish, some Russian, some Korean. Let's see, watch time from subscribers. So 84% almost 85% of the time spent watching my videos is from people who have not subscribed, and only 15% are from subscribers. So you can see why people who are content creators say, oh, please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe. It's because they know, or we know, there's a much larger audience for the sorts of things we're doing, but they're just not subscribing to it. And if they would subscribe, then we would more reliably get more views, and etc., etc., etc. So that's why we always say, please like, subscribe, and share. Even though it just becomes background noise. And it becomes background noise for me, too. I just say it at the end and I don't even really think about it. Viewership in the last 28 days, 32% female, which actually is up a huge amount from when I first started things. 68% male, and 0.5% user specified. I'm sure those numbers should be a little bit different if YouTube actually made it easier to have a different gender listed. Age groups in the last 28 days, only 3% are 13 to 17 years old. 42% are 18 to 24 years old. I'll make this bigger so you can maybe see it a little bit better. Whoops. Oh boy, what did I just do? I just dragged that right off the page. I need to fix this. Oh, yeah, I really messed it up. Now you are looking at my screen. Okay, there we go. Oh my, I really messed that up. Sorry everybody, this is very confusing, I'm sure. Now we can go back to here. So, what you're seeing here is age and gender, and I already did the gender, now ages. 42% are 18 to 24 years old, 29% are 25 to 34, 12% are 35 to 44, 9% are 45 to 54, 3% are 55 to 64, and 1.6% are 65 or older. Um, that pretty much makes sense. I think music is sort of a young person's thing, and I say that simply because young people, whether it's teenagers or early 20s or in their 20s and 30s, have a lot more time to spend on things and have some disposable income in theory, or at least the things that they are able to spend money on um, include music, and their money isn't all going for a mortgage and a car payment and insurance and paying for kids and paying for soccer or football or music or what music lessons or whatever your kids are up to. And that's why music is always made for younger generations now. The bands you know now are the bands that you're the creators, the artists that you know now are the creators that you're going to know the rest of your life. If they're successful, you'll see somebody who is Summers coming out with music now. Maybe he'll have like a huge spike in popularity at some point and become like a, I don't know, some hugely popular performer, like hugely popular performer. And then maybe he'll kind of disappear, and in 15 years he'll come up with something new, and you'll say, "Oh man, I would love to see what Summers is doing now, like 15 years after his last release. Like what's going on with his music?" And it's going to be entirely different sort of music than what he's making now, because he's going to have that much more life experience and influences and knowledge about things, and he might be either stuck in his ways or he might be trying to experiment and find something new, and it's really fascinating to watch. And that's why you also see a lot of older musicians especially kind of lose their relevance, is because the younger generation who's spending the most time and money on music doesn't care about what Sting has to say, right? Like, that's my generation likes what Sting has to say, and even that is a little iffy. Um, and I was a huge fan of the Police and Sting, but I find a lot of the stuff he's doing now just doesn't resonate with me because he has a very different perspective on things than I do. Um, and that wasn't necessarily true when I was younger, because I was still forming all of my ideas about what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go and who I wanted to be, and none of that worked out really, but that's fine. You don't get to pick your entire life. It's just not how it works. Um, and Sting and I, at some point in time, we parted ways. Let's see here. Those are geography, research. Nope, do not care at all about this. I don't even want to look at it. Yeah, and that's basically everything. The only other things over here: monetization, customization, audio library. I've never even looked into those. I have no idea what they do. But this is what I see when I come into YouTube Studio and start working on stuff. This is where I upload all the videos. This is where I enter. In fact, we can take a look at this. I enter the title. I choose what image is going to be used. I can upload a thumbnail if I want to, but I'm not doing that yet. Maybe one day I will. I copy over this description into here, which includes the copyright that says this is for fair use, and it is. I'm not doing the same video over and over. I'm not trying to make money on this specific video. All that sort of stuff. And I can also add this to playlists that I have listed here. I indicate whether it's for children or not. I always say it's not for children, and then that allows me to have the videos have comments. If you mark it as for being for children, nobody can leave comments at all. So if you see videos that are like that, that's probably why. And then you can add tags, and I have a handful of tags. I'm very conscious of including, if somebody has an ethnic background, African American, Chicano, anything like that, I include that it's Chicano music or African American music, black music, whatever you want to say, because I think that's significant. That's a tag that I think matters. This is music that was created by those groups of people, and we just all happen to be the palm-colored people, just happen to recognize greatness when we see it, and also want to enjoy it. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything. I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of an info dump. Thanks for following. Like I said, now we're up to 5,096 followers, so we've gained a few just in the time I've been talking. And that's it for now. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. Like I said, I really have not dived into a lot of this. Just the stuff I've shown you is what I'm familiar with, and there's certainly more of it. And like I said, I do this because I find this sort of stuff really interesting, and I've never really seen people talk about it. And the fact that I just hit 5,000 subscribers is significant to me. If it doesn't go up too much further than this, whatever, that's fine. If it does, great. Then maybe this can turn into something more serious. And if not, it's just our thing, and that's fine. Pup Squat. Please like, subscribe, and share. Haha, see, I didn't even mean to say that. And let me know if you have any questions. Have yourself a good week. Happy 5,000. And make sure to go leave a comment on Doing Me from earlier today. Bye-bye.